Well, guys, Jeff Bennett did it again on Friday night. Another 100 dime max wager release and another 100 dime winner that you got as the half price play of the day as he delivered with his Ivy League game of the year with Princeton getting the job done against Yale. That was on the heels of cashing with his 100 dime blowout of the year on Thursday night with Wichita State hammering Missouri State by 31. Another half price winner, and that was preceded by his 100 dime rivalry game of the year with Duke outright at North Carolina as the 8-point dog that you got on Wednesday for over half price off as well. Today, not only is he going for his 7th straight winning day, but he's also upping the ante, the 4th ever 150 dime college basketball release of his career. The last one I went and looked up before I did this video report this morning. It was in March of 2014. Once again, biggest play of the season, biggest play in almost 2 years, 4th ever 150 dime college basketball release of his career. And you got it, guys. It's the half price play of the day simply by using coupon code AGAIN, AGAIN, as I continue to show you that you don't have to spend big money to make big money. Now, as far as I'm concerned today, I've spotted another one of those plays and I'm going to rate as a 20 dime release. Now, you know 99.9% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes. And I hit 15 dime plays here on Thursday and Friday with Arkansas Little Rock getting the job done with a second half comeback at Georgia State. And on Wednesday, the night prior, with Indiana taking care of business at home against Nebraska. But today, the 14th ever 20 dime college basketball release of my career is going. It's on the nighttime card. I'm calling it the line error lock of the year because I think that the odds makers have severely underpriced this particular home favorite, and I think they're going to double the margin to cover the spread with ease here tonight. And you can get it at a savings of $55 off the regular price by using coupon code ERROR. ERROR, ERROR. All your other promos, all your other discounts, and of course, this being Saturday, you know the drill. Each and every Saturday, you save hundreds of dollars potentially, thanks to the money-saving discount coupon codes I give you, and today is no different. You can save 23% off your total purchase price by using coupon code 23%. That's 23PERCENT. That is not a coupon that you should take lightly because remember, it's a mix and match coupon. It's good for any combinations of handicappers picks and or packages. The only stipulation, it's a one-time usage coupon. You got to put everything in your shopping cart at one time to maximize your savings. You can't come in and buy Jeff Bennett's big play and then 3 hours later buy mine, for an example. You've got to put everything in your shopping cart at one time, then use the coupon. Again, any handicappers picks and or packages, you'll save 23% off your total purchase price by using coupon code 23%, 23PERCENT. Should you ever have any questions about it, you can always contact customer service. Again, all your other discounts and promos are over on the homepage. Let me run through your complimentary plays here. I'm going to go with Oregon minus 11 in the Civil War rematch with Oregon State. This time, however, the game is in Eugene. The Oregon Ducks opened the Pac-12 conference portion of their season with a loss in Corvallis way back in January. Conference opener. They were a 2.5 point favorite in that game, and they got hammered by the Beavers on Oregon State's home floor, 70-57. I think this is a great opportunity to jump on Oregon here today. The Beavers are 1-5 on the conference road. Oregon looking to get back into the thick of things in terms of helping their Big Dance potential seeding after losing back-to-back games to California and Stanford here, having their 6-game winning streak snapped. Revenge is theirs today. I'm going to go with Oregon minus the 11 points. I also like Cincinnati in what is going to be a very, very close down-to-the-wire game against Connecticut today in AAC action on the Bearcats' home floor. Now, the Bearcats are coming off a 70-68 overtime loss at Tulsa. They had won 6 of their previous 7 games. They have won 6 in a row at home, and they did win 58-57 at Connecticut on January 28th as a 2-point dog. Huskies are coming off a 68-62 win against SMU at home. Their last road game, however, they lost by 5 at Temple. These are two teams that are kind of like mirror images of each other. Very strong underneath the glass. Very physical teams. Not necessarily great scoring teams. I think Connecticut is a little more balanced offensively, but I think the home court advantage means everything for Cincinnati. And I just like this spot to back the Bearcats because that was a must-win game for Connecticut against SMU the other night. Well, this is the must-win game for Cincinnati after losing in overtime to Tulsa a couple of nights ago. Again, it's going to go right there. That line is pretty fairly priced, to be honest with you. -2.5. Hey, I wish it was -2, but I still think Cincinnati's going to be able to get the job done here at home. I'm going to take red hot Alabama again. Alabama -5.5 at home today against Mississippi State. You know what the Crimson Tide have done lately. Of course, they're coming off that solid 76-69 win at LSU a couple of nights ago as a 8-point underdog. Before that, they won at Florida 61-55 as an 8.5-point underdog. Before that, the last time they were in Tuscaloosa, they knocked off Texas A&M as a 5-point underdog, 63-62. They have won 5 straight games. I believe they have 5 wins against top 50 foes so far this season. I mean, it's really something when you consider that when they gave the head coaching job to Avery Johnson, a lot of people questioned why. Because, he had some NBA experience, obviously, but college ranks, as you know, totally different animal. But he's got them playing a very strong defensive style, totally committed on defense, and they're also a very physical team as well. I think this is a good spot to go ahead and take them. I don't anticipate any letdown here because they know what they have here in Mississippi State as an opponent. Now, the Bulldogs are coming off a 75-74 home win against Vanderbilt to cap a 2-1 homestand after starting the SEC season 2-8. They're 1-5 on the SEC road. The only win was against Missouri, but why I say that Alabama knows to expect a hard game today and they know they can't look past the Bulldogs in this one is because when these two first met in Starkville back in February 2nd, Alabama won 82-80 in overtime in that particular game. Again, it's a big number at 5.5. I think it's going to be a close game, but I do like Alabama in this particular spot. And now, your final free play of the day. Guys, 3 times this season, I've used Syracuse as a free play, and all 3 times I've won. And all 3 times I told you, I don't like Jim Boeheim, I don't like how he looks, I don't like the socks he wears, I don't like the way he talks, I just don't like the way he's a whiner. That's how I've always viewed him over the years. But I like Syracuse again today, minus the points at home against Pittsburgh. Why am I not using Syracuse as a best bet today? Well, I have to be honest with you, the game that I'm actually using, I like more than any other game on the card. This would be my second favorite play. But I know damn right well that after going 3-0 with free picks involving Syracuse this season and bashing Boeheim every single time, as lightning would strike me. If I use Syracuse today, they would absolutely lose. So instead, we'll give it away as a free play instead. I do like the Orangemen here. Listen, they're coming off a 72-58 loss at Louisville on Wednesday. They had won 5 straight in 8 of their previous 9. They're playing back at home against a Pittsburgh team that isn't road tested. Do you realize Pittsburgh is just 2-4 on the road this season? They didn't play anybody on the road in non-conference play. And in conference play, they've just been an average play, period. You never know what you get from the Panthers other than they don't play a lot of defense here of late. Now, the Orangemen opened the Big East season with Boeheim, remember, not at the helm because he had still been serving that suspension, with a 72-61 loss at Pitt on December 30th. But it's kind of like a misleading final score in that game because Syracuse was actually up by 1 point with 4 minutes to play, but then Pitt closed the game on a 14-2 run. Now, where Pitt really did the damage was on the boards. Out-rebounded a small Syracuse team, a not-too-physical Syracuse team, 43-25. More importantly, they had 22 second-chance points in that game. Syracuse, 2. 22-2. That's where Pittsburgh won that game. And it's kind of ironic because one of the reasons I should say that Syracuse just lost at Louisville is because Rick Pitino's Cardinals out-rebounded them 41-30. But again, This game is at the Carrier Dome. They've won 5 straight at home. Carrier Dome, when opponents come in there, it's such a tough place to shoot because of the cavernous nature of the place, and so many teams struggle. You know Syracuse, what they're going to do. They're going to slow down the tempo. They're going to play those different zones. They're going to force Pittsburgh to the outside. Pittsburgh was extremely fortunate to beat Wake Forest in its last game, which came at home earlier this week, 101-96, because they had lost their 3 previous games by 21 points at North Carolina, by 2 at Miami of Florida, and by 14 at home to Virginia. Again, they're 2-4 on the road this season. They've lost to Louisville on the road by 18. They lost to Clemson by 13. Their only wins against Notre Dame and Florida State. I don't think they win this game today. I like Syracuse in revenge to get their mojo back at home. So again, I'm going to give you this in the order of how I like these plays. I like Syracuse number 1. I like Cincinnati minus the 2.5 points at home against Connecticut as number 2. The third free pick would be Oregon in terms of how I like them at home, laying the 11 against Oregon State. And the final one would be Alabama minus the 5.5 at home against Mississippi State. Well, that'll do it for your Saturday video report. I wish you well, guys, and I'll talk to you again on Sunday when we do this one more time.